When the glass house was first completed in 1949, everyone wanted to see it. It was so astonishing to everyone that you could have a house made completely of glass and steel. My name is Gwen Northreese, and I'm an educator at the Glass House. The Glass House is a 49-acre site of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and it was designed by Philip Johnson beginning in 1949. New Canaan is about an hour outside of New York, northwest of New York. Philip Johnson and his colleagues, the architects from the Harvard Five, moved to New Canaan just after World War II. And so they were able to build their own houses, which became calling cards in a way, and they got commissions to do many others. One of the things that the architects who moved here after World War II loved was the way that the southern New England landscape rolls, especially in New Canaan. We get these high areas of ledge and then wetland and sloping meadows. And when Johnson first saw this property, he came down in the winter of 1946 and saw this, what he described as a cascade of boulders. And he knew that would be a perfect little shelf to put his house on. Across the 49 acres, there are 6 major buildings here designed by Philip Johnson. And that's the Brick House and Glass House, the 2 galleries, the library, and the building that he called the Monster, which is his deconstructivist piece. In addition, there's the pavilion on the pond from 1962 and several other architectural follies. The Glass House was always, at the beginning at least, a weekend house for Philip Johnson. There was always an apartment in New York, and this is where he came on weekends just to enjoy the scenery, a lot of the landscape, and it was for him a kind of a 50-year diary of landscape and architecture and experiments through the 20th century. When you're entering the Glass House and Brick House area of the site, you're coming in through a pathway on the grass, and that grassy area is essentially a courtyard that's within the Glass House, since the Glass House has 2 sides. It's the Glass House and the Brick House. When you come in, there's a kitchen, a very minimal kitchen on the left side. The bedroom area is behind the cabinetry, and the bathroom is inside the brick cylinder, which on one side has the fireplace in it. When the Glass House was first completed in 1949, everyone wanted to see it. There were many other experimental modern houses in New Canaan, but this one was so simple, and it was so astonishing to everyone that you could have a house made completely of glass and steel. And there were traffic jams on the street. The architects had to get together and come up with a plan for a modern house tour that would just help deflect some of this traffic that started to happen. But that was the 1949 story, and in fact, this house has had a huge impact. It's such a modernist icon because of its simplicity. When he started thinking about the future for this house in the late 70s and approached the National Trust about a possible donation so that it would be a public site, that was something that really made other homeowners, other modern house owners in New Canaan think more about the future of their houses. I think the most intriguing thing about this place, and it's the thing that you can't really discover until you're here, is the whole composition of the landscape and the way each building is situated in that composition. For visitors who come here now, you really can see the wheels turning when they enter this space. They might not do exactly what Philip Johnson did here, but it does make you rethink how you live.